Okay, everybody, thank you for tuning in. It's 6:13. We're only a couple minutes away from kickoff. It's PFFL's Monday Night Football. Glad to have everybody with us tonight. Tonight's show is sponsored by the Trends Journal and also by Pornhub. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We've got a good game tonight. We've got an AFC conference matchup that has absolute implications in the immediate and in the long term. These two teams will be vying for playoff spots and are both shooting for the division title this year. The Ravens in the AFC North are sitting at 2-2 behind the 5-0 Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Kansas City Chiefs are 3-1, and they are right behind the 4-1 division AFC West leading San Diego Chargers. On offense, both teams very effective. They're ranked at number 7 in points per game for the Chiefs at 25.7. And this year, the Ravens are off to a little bit of a slower start on offense, but absolutely dangerous. They have lots of weapons, and we'll talk a little bit more about those in a bit. Their offenses in general this year are ranked a little bit towards the bottom. Both teams focusing on their running game, and both of them featuring two of the top defenses in the league. So a little bit of a change from last year, at least for the Ravens, and the Chiefs are also making some big changes. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. But right now, you've got the number 1 and number 2 ranked defenses. By the end of this game, they'll probably both appear in the top 5 once the numbers are crunched. But as of right now, they are in the top 5 and at 1 and 2. They're both ranked pretty good in rushing defense at 7 and 5, and on passing defense at 1 and 2. So from a defensive standpoint, we have two very, very good defenses. I would consider the Ravens the more explosive and exciting because of their big play potential. They have a lot of big names, a lot of hired guns, a lot of good draft picks that are plugging in. And on the Chiefs side, doing it very quietly, but doing it very effectively and doing it exactly the same way in terms of getting results. So we've got a very evenly matched game here tonight. From a player standpoint, we got a little bit of a backdrop. We have Ahmad Bradshaw, feature running back for the Baltimore Ravens. He's out for the rest of the season. He also was injured last year and missed at least the last 6 games of last year. They didn't have a lot of help at running back last year, but this year they made some moves, and the timing couldn't have been better. The Baltimore Ravens made a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs, and it was Jarius Norwood, who originally was the starter and splitting the backfield over in Kansas City in the first couple of years. But now they have Steven Jackson, and he's been doing a lot of good work for the Kansas City Chiefs and has been part of their winning formula. In the meantime, we have Jarius Norwood starting now for the Baltimore Ravens. So the Ravens starting running back was with the Chiefs for 3 years, and there's probably nothing more that he would want to do than run up a storm on the Kansas City Chiefs. So we've got a little bit of that back drama going on. At quarterback, we have Josh Perry. He's the second-year quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. He showed what he can do. He is definitely one of the AFC young guns, and he will be going against the wily veteran, Donovan McNabb. McNabb coming over to the Kansas City Chiefs via free agency, and that combination of McNabb and in the backfield, Steven Jackson, has completely changed the offense and the underpinnings of this Kansas City Chief team. They look like an instant contender. They've got the experience that they need in two of the key positions on offense, and that has absolutely changed the way they look week to week. So we've got an excellent game coming up. All right, we're going to pause for just a moment, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. All right, just before we kick off, which will be about 1 minute from now, let's take a look at the standings. In the AFC Conference, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers at 5-0, the only undefeated team left in the AFC. We've got the Jets at 5-1. We've got the Chargers at 4-1. The Bills at 4-1. The Chiefs at 3-1. Shows what an important game this could be. This could really elevate them and put them right in the conversation. And the Jaguars winning a few, and they've taken their record to 4-2. The Dolphins were 0-2. They rattled off 3 in a row before losing this week. They are now at 3-3. And the Raiders opened up the season 2-0, dropped the next 2, won their third game, and then, as we know, lost to San Diego Chargers yesterday. So they're still in the conversation, but they are on page 2. And then the Ravens right behind, looking to get within a game. They've already had their bye. The Raiders have not. The Ravens are sitting at 2-2. And after that, we've got a big drop-off going from 2-3 Colts. The Broncos, who've looked pretty good the last couple weeks. And if they catch a win this week, we're going to be having another kind of conversation about what's going on in Denver and the possibilities of making a run at the playoffs. Titans slipping at 2-4, Patriots 2-4, Bengals 1-5, and then you've got the Texans and the Browns at 0-6. We'll take a quick look now at the NFC. In the NFC, we got the 49ers sitting at 5-0. With the Panthers sitting at 6-0. We've got 2 undefeated teams in the NFC for a total of 3 in the league. The Eagles are sitting at 3-2. There's a lot of parity here in the NFC. You got the Seahawks at 3-2, the Lions at 3-2. You got the Falcons at 3-2-1. You've got a lot of very good teams here, and they are scrapping and beating on each other hard week to week. The Redskins, from the basement, have now emerged to 500. Last year and the year before, they were in really bad shape. This team actually looks like they're ready to play, and they're definitely going out there. They're fighting, and they've already got 3 wins. The Giants are at 3-3. The Buccaneers are at 3-3. And then you've got the Bears and the Packers, along with the Rams and the Saints, sitting at 2-3. So they're very close and in the conversation. We're dealing with some buys and things of that nature, so a couple teams have 1 less game played. And then we've got the Cardinals at 2-4. A very shocking Cowboys sitting at 1-3-1, and we got the Vikings at 1-5. So that covers our NFC matchups. Just a quick look at the AFC North. Steelers at 5-0. The Ravens, with a win tonight, really helped them stay within 2 games of the Steelers. It's going to be a tough race to get back to the division title, being 2 games behind, but they still have 2 games against the Steelers, and there's plenty of time and plenty of season to go. And then we'll take a quick look over at the AFC West. In the AFC West, we've got the Chargers in their home spot on the top of the AFC West, where they've found themselves perched for the last 4 seasons. This team's getting it done, and they're doing it in a way that only the Chargers can do. They're sitting at 4-1. The Chiefs are right behind them this year, 3-1. They've been talking a lot and saying that they're ready to make their move. Tonight could prove that. If they were to win, they would both be tied. Tiebreaker going to the Chargers, but that leaves a lot of season to go and a lot of opportunities for the Chiefs to try to claw their way into the top spot. This is their best shot. They made big moves in the offseason. Again, the quarterback move with Donovan McNabb was very pivotal for this team, and also adding Steven Jackson. The Raiders are still hanging around at 3-3, and the Broncos are ready to make a move at 2-3. So everything's wide open still in the West and for a playoff spot. Lots of season to go. But with that being said, let's not waste any more time. We are ready for the kickoff between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Thank you for tuning in. And let's make sure we've got black jerseys on. I'm going to check my phone because I think Lindsay's blowing up the phone saying don't forget the jerseys. Let's make sure you guys have that. And I think we're ready to go. All right, folks. Enjoy the game. We'll talk again at halftime. Enjoy.
The teams are set. Fans are excited. Let's get this game underway. Number 17 is just about ready to put his leg into this one. And here's the kick. From the 6. They'll take over at the 22-yard line. Norwood alone in the backfield. Here's a counter play. They need to come up with a better game plan to stop this guy.
Yeah, you're not kidding. They can't keep giving up those big chunks of yardage like that. They do, it's going to be awfully tough to stop this offense.
First and 10. First and 10.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
The Chiefs come out in a 4-3. Drops back on first down. It's completed. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Ravens.
The Ravens waste no time getting on the scoreboard. We're at 6-0 waiting on the extra point, and we are less than a minute into the game. Ravens coming out strong.
And the point after is missed.
You know, I really shouldn't laugh, but sometimes it's just funny watching the coaches and the players on the sideline. They always have the same reaction. They watch it and they're all excited, and then they just turn their entire bodies around and put their back to the poor kicker, who now has to just slowly walk off the field.
Number 2 has his team lined up for the kickoff. Nice kick, plenty of distance. Fields it at the 3. Still working. That return will set the offense up nicely. First down now and 10 to go.
At the 31-yard line. First and 10.
They'll go from the I formation. Under heavy pressure. Short pass. Flips it out to the left. McNabb looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play. Ball on their own 32.
Ball on the 32-yard line.
Jackson alone in the backfield. And the whistle will blow this one dead. Here's the call.
False start on the offense. Number 19.
And you try to keep your offense on schedule. Anytime you take a penalty, it's just so much harder to pick up a first down.
So it's 2nd and long now after the penalty.
7-yard line.
5 DBs on the field. Passes on the move. Strong throw to his right. Bo picks up about 3 with the catch.
3-yard gain on the play.
That'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
The Ravens line up with a quarter defense. There are 7 defensive backs on the field. Throws it deep. Left side. He was hurried on that last play.
Bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
Three and out.
3 and out, and the defense wins. That's the bottom line. That's an embarrassing spot for an offense to be in, and so many times we see the momentum shift coming out of those 3 and out situations.
Signals for the fair catch.
Fair catch made at the 24-yard line.
First down now and 10 to go.
24-yard line. First and 10.
The Kansas City Chiefs come out in a 4-3. They can't bring him down. What a hit. I don't think he even saw that guy.
Having a good mix of run and pass plays will help keep that defense honest.
Ball on their own 28.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
The Chiefs go with a 4-man front. He is hit hard on the play. Campbell looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play. First and 10.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
The Kansas City Chiefs come out in a 4-3. It's right.
One thing these guys cannot do is give up on this running game. If they do and become one-dimensional, it makes it awfully easy on the defense.
2nd and 8 coming up here.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
The Chiefs line up in a 4-3. Back to pass. All kinds of pressure. And the pass falls incomplete. That was not a good throw at all.
Under pressure, he felt the heat that time and was forced to throw it away quickly.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Here we go, D. Nothing deep.
The Kansas City Chiefs bring in the nickel package. Davis can't quite get to the first down marker.
And we know that it's a passing game out there, and you have to be able to throw the football, but occasionally you got to be able to run it too, and if you can't run and stop the run, you're not going to win many games.
Bennett is waiting for the snap. Ginn is back deep to return. Calls for the fair catch.
Touchback. First and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
The Ravens go with a 4-man front. Here's the give. Play fake. Pass completed. Nice job getting that pass out of there, and he picks up the first down.
Is a first down.
They'll throw on first down. Falls incomplete. Bo was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete.
The intended receiver on the play. Second and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Out of the I formation. Little handoff. Jackson picks up about 4 yards on the play. Now they'll face a 3rd and 6 situation.
37-yard line.
They line up with split backs. They go with the pitch to the right. Tucker drags him to the ground at the 39. And they'll settle for the run on 3rd down. Hansen to punt. Thomas is back deep to receive. Fields it at the 17. They can't bring him down. They get him at the 26.
Gain of 8 yards.
From their own 26-yard line.
At the 26-yard line. First and 10.
I formation here. The halfback with the carry. After that run, they might want to give him the ball a few more times.
I agree. It looks like the defense is a little tired out there. Whatever the case, they're having a tough time now stopping the run.
First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
The Kansas City Chiefs come out in a 4-3. A little misdirection. And he will lose yardage on the play. A great defensive effort there. No one picked up the linebacker, and it cost them. They line up at the 37.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Out of the I formation. They give it to the tailback.
Everybody knows it, but a tough running game will help your passing attack be even more effective.
Third down and 7.
Ball on the 41-yard line.
The Chiefs line up with a nickelback. On the ground with a tailback. Norwood is denied the first down.
Those kinds of runs really won't do much good for you on 3rd down and medium or 3rd and long.
Bennett awaits the snap. Again, back to return it. Signals for the fair catch.
Fair catch made at the 21-yard line.
From their own
will start the
21-yard line.
drive at the 21-yard line. First and 10.
Jackson lines up as the deep back, I formation. The halfback with the carry. Finnegan looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play. Second down and 2 to go.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore Ravens bring in their quarter defensive package. Back to pass. Pass is complete. The defense just didn't match up well on that play.
First down.
First and 10.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
The Ravens line up with a nickelback. They hand it off. Nice play fake. The rush reaches in, and he goes down.
I'm not sure there was much he could do there. I'm not even sure he saw those guys coming. I tell you what, though, if they don't start doing a better job protecting up front, it's going to be a long day for this quarterback.
Obvious passing situation here on second and long. Stafford lines up with a split backfield. Back to throw. He's under pressure. The pass rush gets there, and he's down. Now this will bring up a pretty difficult third down for the offense.
And this is when it's tough to play offense. When it's third down and medium to long situation, generally you're going to face a blitz situation, and your quarterback is now going to be under pressure and probably take a hit.
32-yard line.
DB, let's go!
The Baltimore Ravens bring in their quarter defensive package. Back to pass. Pass completed. And that one will end up just a bit short of the front.
Well, you can see him out there fighting for every inch. He knew where that first down marker was. He just couldn't get there, and it brings up fourth down.
We played a quarter. The score is 6-0. Ravens.
The teams are ready for the second quarter.
Hansen is waiting for the snap. Thomas awaiting the return. Calls for the fair catch. He did a great job hitting them deep in their own territory.
I'm sure the return guy wishes he had fielded that one. That cost his team all kinds of yardage, and that's the tough thing about returning kicks, that split-second decision where you decide, do I field it, do I let it go, and it can make all the difference in the world.
One-man backfield. They give it to the tailback.
When you have a good balance of run and pass plays, it just seems to put so much pressure on the defense. They just don't know what to focus on.
Second and 7.
Ball on the 8-yard line.
The Chiefs go with a 4-man front. The halfback with the carry.
The defense held their position and didn't let him get away on that one.
Gain on the play.
Third and 3 coming up.
Ball on the 11-yard line.
The Kansas City Chiefs line up in a 4-3. Back to pass. Deflected and broken up. Marshall was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt. Bennett to punt. Again is the deep man awaiting the return. Takes it at the 47. He's out at the 45-yard line.
Gain of 7 yards.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line. First and 10.
One-man backfield. Here's the give.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense. Number 20.
And I know that this is
First
a game
down.
of emotion, and if you're not emotional on the football field, you're going to get beat anyway, but you can't let your emotions get away from it.
First and 10.
So they don't do any favors for themselves as the offense moves into field goal range. Jackson is the deep back as they line up in the eye.
I know it takes patience, but you have to keep running the football at the defense. Sooner or later, they'll be able to break one for a big game.
They're inside the 20.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
This will be their first snap inside the 20 today. And this one looks like it's going to come back.
Holding on the offense.
It looked like he got a handful of jersey on that one.
Well, you hold with your hands, but more often than not, holding is created by not moving your feet. There, clearly, he didn't get his feet in position, so he had no choice but to hold.
The Baltimore Ravens bring in the nickel package. He couldn't hang on to it. And now the offense will be faced with a third down situation.
Receiver on the play.
That's what we need. Turnovers. Let's get them. Let's go.
The Ravens bring in their dime package. Drops back to pass. Pass completed. Sapp tackles him at the 21-yard line. That might be holding. Let's see what the official's call is on the field.
Holding on the offense. Number 73.
That seemed like the right call there.
Yeah, sometimes you have holding, and sometimes you have tackling. That looked more like a tackle.
That penalty pushes them back even further. Third and very long here on this play. The Baltimore Ravens line up with a quarter defense. There are 7 defensive backs on the field. Again, wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play. Fourth time they've called on him to punt it away in this one. Signals for the fair catch. Offense sets up deep inside their own territory. Norwood is the single setback. Pass is complete. Good yardage that time on the pass.
And that was a little hum baby coming out of there from the quarterback. We've all heard about how strong his arm is, and we saw it there.
First down now, and 10 to go.
17-yard line.
The Chiefs go with a 4-man front. He looks to throw on first down. He's laying it out there. And he's out of bounds, incomplete. A punishing blow by the defender.
And you know you're going to get hit as a wide receiver. You've got to hang on to those balls, but that was a big shot.
Second and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line.
The Kansas City Chiefs come out in a 4-3. He drops back. It's completed. And that one will go for a first.
And really top-notch quarterbacks know how to throw a football in there without leading his receiver into trouble. That was a great throw.
First and 10.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
The Chiefs go with a four-man front. The halfback with the carry. Breaks a tackle, still going.
You have to keep the defense honest by mixing those runs and passes.
Second and 9 coming up here.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
The Kansas City Chiefs line up in a 4-3. Johnson tackles him for a loss. Great penetration there.
And Tom, that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
Hey, D-line, watch the screen.
The Chiefs bring in their dime package. Man has the pick. What play? He just leaped up and picked it off.
Well, they always measure everybody's vertical leap when you go to the combine, and now you know why. He went up and really elevated for that pick.
After the interception, they'll set up shop at the 31-yard line. The Baltimore Ravens line up with a nickelback. Falls incomplete. Varian wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play.
Yeah, he'll be lucky if the ball is all he knocked loose with that hit. He may have lost a few teeth as well.
Second and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line.
5 DBs on the field. He drops back. Defense closing in. What a shot! That set up really nicely for the offense.
Quarterback blitzes are dangerous for both the offense and the defense. Obviously, when you're sending one of the defenders out of your secondary, you could give up a big play. But offensively, sometimes those quarterbacks don't see it coming, and they get hit hard.
Out of the I formation, the halfback with the carry.
In the first half, still plenty of time to be patient with the running game, but if you don't start having better success than that, it's really going to start putting pressure on you to throw the football.
It's second down and 7 to go.
Ball on the 17-yard line.
Sweep left. He just about took that guy's head off. Tucker seems to be a little shaken up on that play. They're within striking distance.
Ball on the 13-yard line.
Stafford is back in the gun. Again, was unable to make the catch on that pass.
The intended receiver on the play.
So the kicking team is on the field to try for the 3-point. It's good.
Attempt is good.
Kansas City gets ready to kick it away. He kicks it. From the 5. That might be holding. Let's see what the officials call is on the field.
On the receiving team.
That penalty will move them back a bit.
That's just sloppy play there. You have to be able to concentrate in these situations. You're just giving away yardage.
First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 16-yard line.
One-man backfield. They hand it off. Setting up play action. And the pass falls incomplete. Quarterback just had too much velocity on the ball. The receiver couldn't catch up.
And when you throw a football that hard, it just leaves no margin for error because there's no room for the wide receiver to make an adjustment.
The Chiefs line up in a 4-3.
Nice job of gap control defense there. Really no place to run.
Ball on their own 18.
Ball on the 18-yard line.
Watch the vertical.
The Kansas City Chiefs bring in the nickel package. What a brutal hit. They'll throw on first down. And it's intercepted by one of the linemen. And that was a fantastic interception right there.
By Barwin.
Well, if you want to know why quarterbacks get paid so much money, there it is. They win games for you, but with mistakes like that, they can lose games for you.
After the defense gets the takeaway, they're now set to go at the 43.
Let's go, Taylor, baby. Taylor, baby.
Stafford back in the shotgun for this one. He looks to throw on first down. He lays it out there. Incomplete pass. The ball sails over the intended receiver. Incomplete.
Second and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line.
The Baltimore Ravens bring in the nickel package. Back to pass. Pass completed. The defense was in great position to stop that play short, bringing up a third down situation.
And when I saw the quarterback drop back that time, I really thought they had something going, but they closed quickly and made a nice play defensively to bring up this third down.
Gets away. And the bomb is away. Almost picked. He's got it. He sends it through the uprights for his second field goal of the game. The kick. From the 8. The defense dealt a crippling blow to this offense the last time they had the ball. Ball on their own 29.
Start the drive at the 29-yard line. First and 10.
The Kansas City Chiefs line up in a 4-3. He looks to throw on first down. Makes the reception. He's tackled at the 36-yard line. He's in on the tackle for the 4th time. Ingram caught that one for a gain of 7. Second and 3 now. Norwood lines up as the single back. Drops back under heavy pressure. It's completed. Baltimore will take a timeout.
Ball on the 50. Ball on the 49-yard line.
The Chiefs bring in their dime package. Drops back on first down. Pass completed. And that was a gain of 7.
7-yard gain on the play.
Second and 3 coming up here.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
5 DBs on the field. Back to throw. Pass is complete. They hurry back to the line. First down, looking to throw. He was hit as he threw. Second down for the offense after that incomplete pass.
Second and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line.
They line up in an I. Little handoff. Nice play fake. And it's incomplete. Marshall was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, he got rocked and the ball rolled. There was nothing left after that hit.
Third and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Hey, D-Line, watch the screen.
Kansas City brings in their quarter package. Only 3 linemen on the field. Drops back. The quarterback is dropped.
Boy, oh boy, he's got to be feeling that one right now. That is one nasty shot. And honestly, I think people are surprised just to see him get up.
The punter's going to try to pin them deep in their own territory with a good punt here. The first half comes to a close with our score all tied up. The Baltimore Ravens 6, the Chiefs 6. Gets a good kick here. From the 2. He found some running room and was able to get an excellent return.
On the return. The
First down, 10 to go.
Start the drive at the 28-yard line. First and 10.
The Ravens line up in a 4-3. Pass completed. He got decleated.
And the worst part was you could see the defender thought he had him covered at one time, but there's just no match for that kind of speed.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
They give it to the tailback. Pickup of about 7.
7-yard gain on the play.
Second and 3 coming up here.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
They line up in an I.
He likes to run in behind his blockers and then make that quick cut off their hip for a big game, but it just didn't work out that time.
Third down play upcoming. To convert, they have to get it to the 32. One-man backfield. They go with the run. Perfect time to run the delay. The defense got caught totally out of position on that one. First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore Ravens come out in the 46. Here's the halfback, still on his feet.
What a hit!
Well, you can't have a good running attack without good blocking, but blocking sometimes isn't enough. It takes it back with a little creativity, and we saw it right there.
Ball on the 22-yard line.
Ball on the 22-yard line.
The Ravens line up with a nickelback. Drops back to pass. And he caught it. Nice heads-up play with the quarterback.
Nice throw by the quarterback that time, and this offense keeps this drive alive. 3 first downs now on this one.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. The defense looks confident as they held them to a field goal their last red zone trip. They get it out there on the toss. Woodley gets his hands on him and drags him down for a loss.
And if you can make a running back hesitate just a little, that time you could see there really was no hole, and the running back was just fishing for a place to go.
Ball on the 10-yard line.
The Chiefs line up with 3 receivers bunched. Jackson picks up about 4 yards on the play.
On the play.
Third and goal at the 6.
6-yard line.
Hey, watch the screen, baby. Watch the screen.
The Ravens line up with a nickelback. Stafford sends one of his guys in motion. Here's the give. Runs over tackler. He's in for the score. And the point after is good. Kansas City is up a touchdown. Baltimore will get it first here in the second half. He gets his leg into this one. Has it at the 5.
Big drive now for the offense. The last thing in the world you can afford to have happen now is a 3-and-out. You've already given up a touchdown. A 3-and-out here, and you're in trouble.
Ball on their own 27. The Kansas City Chiefs go with a 4-man front. On the ground with a tailback. Norwood gets 6 yards on the carry. Ball on their own 33. The Chiefs come out in a 4-3. Back to throw. It's completed. And this receiver just loves it when the defense is in man coverage. First down now and 10 to go.
39-yard line.
The Kansas City Chiefs go with a 4-man front. They give it to the tailback. That was an excellent run there to pick up the first.
Yes, sir. He really found a nice hole, was able to exploit it for a good gain. They're going to have to do a better job getting in those running lanes if they're going to stop him consistently.
They line up at the 50.
49-yard line.
The Chiefs line up with a nickelback. Pass completed. He puts something extra on that throw, and it'll keep the chains moving.
Good decision that time by the quarterback. He found the open guy and kept this drive alive. That's the third first down.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Ace backfield this time. Gives it off. Play action. Tries to fake the defense. Pass is complete. Runs over tacklers. They get another first down here.
Well, they're not really doing anything fancy. This is just good old-fashioned drop back, find the open zone, and work it in there.
They find themselves in scoring range. The Kansas City Chiefs go with a four-man front. Here's the halfback. He's dropped for a loss. Nowhere to go that time, as the defensive front got very good penetration.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
In field goal range now. The Chiefs come out in a 4-3. Pitch left.
I don't know, Tom. Didn't look like he hit the hole with very much conviction on that run.
Getting it past the 11-yard line would net them a first down. Ball is inside the 20, so a good shot to tie it up here. Falls incomplete. Number 88 was the intended receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. This will be a 36-yard try. He's got it. Number 2 lines up to kick this one away. Booming kick. Carried along by their dominant vertical game, they were able to put one in the end zone on their last drive. Ball on their own 20.
Start the drive at the 20-yard line. First and 10.
On the ground with a tailback. The halfback gets the ball and picks up 5.
5-yard gain on the play.
Ball on their own 25.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
The Baltimore Ravens come out in the 46. And he just throws this one out of bounds. Third down coming up after that incompletion. Ball on their own 25.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
A little toss to the right. He did what he could, but it still won't be enough for a first down. The defense had their number during that last series as they go 3 and out.
And it really looked like the defense won the battle up front. The big guys controlling the line of scrimmage made the difference there.
He muffed it. It's picked up, and so they turn the ball over on the fumble.
What a big play that was. They went from having to give up possession to getting the ball right back with a fresh set of downs.
After the fumble recovery, they'll set up shop at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs come out in bunch formation. They give it to the tailback. He didn't get back to the line, and they were not able to get much there.
And so many times you hear offensive coordinators criticized because they don't try to run the football enough. But when you get stuffed in the backfield like that, you understand why they would rather call the pass play.
Single set backfield. He drops back to pass. Still going. And that's a gain of about 8.
Gain of 8 on the play.
They have to reach the 18 to pick up a fresh set of downs. The Baltimore Ravens bring in the nickel package. Drops back to pass. All kinds of pressure. Fails to connect with his man. Gates was his intended target on that one, but they can't complete the pass. They call on the field goal unit here. Off this drive with another 3 points. That's his third. Kansas City in control. Kansas City looks ready to kick it away. Kicks it off. Takes it from the 10. The last time they took the field, they were able to come away with 3 points. First and 10.
Will start the drive at the 25-yard line. First and 10.
They'll go from the I formation. Marshall, the man in motion. Here's a counter play.
Well, they might not be breaking off any big gains, but you can see those offensive linemen still working hard down there.
Second down now with 10 to go. Out of the I formation, Harry sends one of his guys in motion. And that's the end of the third quarter. The Kansas City Chiefs 16, the Ravens 9. The Kansas City Chiefs begin this final quarter with possession of the ball, down by a touchdown. From their own 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
Norwood lines up as the single back. Marshall was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete.
On the play. Third and 10. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Well, a familiar situation for this offense as they will attempt to convert yet another third down. Brings this one in. To the fullback. Picked up about 6 yards that time.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Second and 4.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
They'll go from the I formation. Here's the halfback. Here's a counter play. Won't be stopped.
Norwood.
2-yard gain.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
The Baltimore Ravens line up with 3 receivers bunch. Huge hit. A 7-yard run by the running back.
7-yard gain on the play.
On 3rd down, they have to reach the 41 to convert. The defense has been unable to stop them on 3rd down so far. Let's see if they can make a stop here.
No gain on the play.
Fourth and short.
This is what we like. This is what we like right here.
I can't really second guess the call on the part of the offense there. They really felt like they needed to keep this drive alive, just didn't get it done.
First down, 10 to go.
Start the drive at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10.
Jackson alone in the backfield. Gets it off.
Jackson on the run. Gain of 10 on the play.
First down now and 10 to go.
44-yard line.
What's good, baby? What's this good?
Stafford sends one of his guys in motion. They hand it off. And he just got hammered. The ball carrier gives them 6 yards on the ground.
On the play.
Second down and 5.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
The Baltimore Ravens bring in the nickel package. Back to pass. Pass is complete. Shows no hesitation and gets it in there to get the first down. First and 10.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Out of the I formation. They give it to the tailback. Jackson picks up about 4 yards on the play. It's second down, 6 to go.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
They line up in the I formation. Stafford sends one of his guys in motion. They hand it off. He breaks the tackle. On the ground with a tailback, with a stiff arm. 4, maybe 5 yards on the run.
5-yard gain on the play.
Second and 5 coming up here.
Ball on the 18-yard line.
They'll make this a 2-possession game if they get into the end zone on this drive. They're just inside the 20. Pitch left. Still going. Baker picks up some tough yards there.
5-yard gain on the play.
This is the 8th play of this drive. They're in field goal range. I formation here. They give it to the tailback.
That play is good for a first down.
They line it up at the 4-yard line. The halfback with the carry. On play action. Fails to connect with his man.
Well, now we know why that guy doesn't wear an 80 number. He is never going to be mistaken for a wide receiver with those hands.
Second and goal now at the 4-yard line. Feeds it to the back. That was a great hit. He wasn't getting away from that one. They're going to have to figure out a way to block him, or he's going to keep getting back there.
You know, I couldn't agree more. This is one of those guys that's sneaky fast. Even when I watch him on tape, he looks fast and he looks talented, but then you see him in person, and all of a sudden he's turning that corner so much faster. I think the same thing's happened to this offensive line. They weren't ready for this.
Here's the give. Number 45 looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play. They're going to go for the easy 3 here. And it's good. Number 17 is just about ready to put his leg into this one. The kick is away. Takes it from the 6. They'll take over at the 26. From their own 26-yard line. One-man backfield. Drops back on first down. Pass is complete.
Yeah, there's really no doubting this quarterback's physical skills. Sometimes he struggles with his mechanics or accuracy, but I don't think that there's really any issue. This guy has the ability to be an elite quarterback.
It's completed.
Yo, 45.
He looks to throw on first down. Hit as he throws. Marshall was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt.
Receiver on the play. Second and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line.
The Chiefs come out in a 4-3. He drops back. Falls incomplete.
Well, that's just such a big part of the game. You know these receivers are going to be in position to make a catch. You can either try and knock it down or knock them out.
Harry back in the shotgun. Back to throw. He's under pressure. Pass is complete. Baltimore calls a timeout. And they've got 2 remaining. Fourth down now, 7 yards to go. Looks like they decided to go for it here. Pump fake. Here's the deep throw. Touchdown, Ravens. I wouldn't say this one is over just yet, but they still have a ways to go.
Well, this team has no quit in them. There's no question about that. And if they can make one more stop or recover an onside kick, they're right back in it.
Number 2 lining up for the point after. He missed the point after.
Yeah, what's the old saying? The agony of defeat? The defeat of the kicker didn't do such a good job right there.
Here's the onside kick. Fields it at the 41. Still going.
Kickoff return 15 yards.
They'll start this drive at the 25. First down now and 10 to go.
25-yard line.
Stafford lines up with a split backfield. Little handoff. Number 55 calls a timeout. A 5-yard pickup for the halfback. Second and 4 now.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
What's green, baby?
The Ravens come out with 8 guys in the box. Someone jumped early down there.
False start on the offense. Number 60.
He moved a little early on that one.
I used to always think that offensive linemen should go to the line of scrimmage and hold up either one finger or 2 fingers and look down when they get confused.
The Baltimore Ravens go with a 4-man front. They go with the run. The Ravens will take a timeout. And now they have no timeouts remaining. 5-yard gain. If they get to the 15-yard line, they'll convert for the first.
Over.
Defense lines up with 8 men in the box. Here's the halfback.
I know those runs aren't exactly the kind you see on the highlight shows, but you're keeping the drive alive, maintaining possession, and picking up first down.
Some questions now being raised by the coach as to the spot of the ball.
And this is the one that I think gets a little old as far as the challenge goes, because just challenging the spot of the ball a lot of times is just so difficult to determine. And here we go with a couple of minutes challenge. I don't know how much I like this one.
The ball will be placed at the dead ball spot.
And the booth ends up agreeing with the officials after taking a further look into the play.
And remember, because the challenge has to be conclusive in order to change it, it doesn't necessarily mean it was exactly the right call. There just wasn't conclusive evidence to overturn it.
They go with the kneel down. And that will be the conclusion of this game. Our final score is the Kansas City Chiefs 19, the Baltimore Ravens 15.
Well, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for being with us. It was one hell of a football game. Big AFC conference matchup. Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs win this one 19-15. We'll take a look at the numbers and we'll break this thing down before taking a look and checking in on the injury report. Ravens led this one with total offense of 330 yards, and the Chiefs had 224. Chiefs led in rushing, 114-86. And the Ravens just more than doubled the Chiefs in passing yards, 244-110. There were 3 turnovers in this game, and without question, those errors and miscues did come into play and provided the Chiefs with exactly what they needed to continue their drive forward, control the clock, and take advantage of the points that they would be afforded from those turnovers. So the Chiefs with a +3 in the turnovers today. Third down conversions, Chiefs were 30%, 4 of 13, and Ravens were 2 for 10. Penalty yards were pretty much even, 30 for the Chiefs, 25 for the Ravens. And time of possession, maybe a 4-minute difference. But otherwise, pretty close game. Let's take a look at the individual stats. We'll start off with the Ravens. Josh Perry, 81.3 rating. He had 256 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And he threw for 57%. Not a bad game, but the 2 interceptions definitely hurt. The other turnover was on a muffed punt, and that also resulted in points. Jarius Norwood, 77 yards on 20 attempts for 3.8. Relatively solid game. And the big gun from Denver via trade, Terry Burns continues to impress and revitalize his career here in Baltimore. He had 8 receptions today, 183 yards, and both touchdowns for the Baltimore Ravens. Marshall had 3 for 30, Ingram 2 for 15, Jackson 2 for 18, and Adams 1 for 7. Not a lot of production out of for the receiving corps for the Baltimore Ravens. It was definitely the Terry Burns show. A little bit surprising. They've got some really good receivers, but was not able to get them the ball. Definitely playing against a very good Chiefs defense. It was exactly what we expected, a pretty tight game. Jake Scott and Britton led the team in pancakes with 7 and 6, and only 1 sack was allowed by the Ravens. Chris Houston, in his Baltimore debut, led the team with 7 tackles. Lamar Woodley followed up with 6, and Billy Wallach with 5, followed by Merriman and Tucker with 4 each. And 3 sacks against the Chiefs, 1 from Red Bryant at DT, Lamar Woodley in the linebacking position, and Sean Merriman doing what he was brought in for, getting 4 tackles, 1 for a loss, and definitely a sack. No interceptions. Usually the ball-hawking Ravens usually turn something up, but a very controlled game on offense for the Chiefs. And Robert Boone, the doctor, was 1 for 1 from field goals, 1 from 37 yards out. His problems with extra points continue. He missed 2 of them today, and that certainly will be weighing on the mind of General Manager Dante Fierro. That is definitely not sitting well with him. I can tell you that for sure. So that'll be something to be looked at in the next few weeks. So let's take a look at the Chiefs. Donovan McNabb. It looks like he's going to be out for 6 weeks. We can see that here. We won't have to go to the injury report, but we'll do that anyways. But it appears that he is injured. We'll find out what that is, but McNabb is down for 6 weeks. Matthew Stafford will return under center for the Chiefs. Today, he did what needed to be done. He got the team through, and he was relatively effective, and the support with the running game definitely helped. So 122 yards, no picks, no touchdowns. He was 10 for 21. The news coming out of Kansas City's locker room and medical facility is Donovan McNabb will be out for 6 weeks. Steven Jackson continues to impress and be the anchor for the Chiefs offense. He has 95 yards on 22 carries. He seems to get stronger as the game goes along, and he was very strong in the second half, and especially in the fourth quarter when they needed to kill clock. Baker had a couple carries for 3.6 average, 3 for 11, and McClain had 3 for 9. Dwayne Bowe led the team, 4 catches for 36. Teddy Ginn had 2 for 37, followed by Crabtree, Baker, and Gates, each having 1 catch. Not a lot going on in the air. The Ravens defense did what they needed to do. Miscues today, and just the little things ended up being the difference in this one. The game was very close. 2 excellent defenses playing against each other. Both offenses playing tight. Miscues today was the difference. Starks and Wharton led the team in pancakes. 3 sacks were given up, Wharton, McClain, and Starks. And then on defense, Derek Johnson led the team with 7 tackles. Antonio Pierce and Rick Walter, along with Eugene Bishop, all had 5 tackles. A.J. Hawk with 4. 1 sack, Connor Barwin, and he also got one of the interceptions. I believe that one was off a tip earlier in the game. And Joe Mann with an interception. And the fumble recovery was by Stanford Rout. That was on the muffed punt. Pat Rowe continues to be worth the investment that was made a few seasons ago. He was 4 for 4 and also hit the extra point. So with that being said, $19-15 final out of Baltimore. The Chiefs continue to roll and are quietly gaining momentum. The Ravens will be playing the Oakland Raiders. Both teams desperately in need of a win to try to keep their playoff drive intact. The Ravens are 2-3, and the Oakland Raiders are 3-3. Both with struggling offenses right now. That game should be a good one coming up this week. The Chiefs will be playing Cincinnati this week. We got the Chargers this week. And the Chargers will be playing the Panthers. It's the 4-1 Chargers against the 6-0 Panthers this week. That is the game of the week. And we also have the Steelers at the Broncos. That's a big game. Steelers 5-0, Broncos looking to go to 500 and establish themselves. That will be a very, very good game to watch. With that being said, we'll double check the injuries. And Donovan McNabb has a broken collarbone. That will be 5 weeks. So from this date forward, moving on from week 7, it's a broken collarbone with 5 weeks to go. That'll bring him back in week 12. Donovan McNabb, the news tonight, coming out of the Baltimore game, Donovan McNabb is out for 5 weeks with a broken collarbone. And the Ravens, Ahmad Bradshaw on injured reserve. He also has a broken collarbone, out for the season. No additional injuries this evening. We are in week 7. It's a brand new week. We'll take a quick look at the standings. And then we'll get that slate updated. In the AFC, the Steelers remain undefeated, but will be playing the very hungry Broncos. whose defense is absolutely thunderous and red hot right now. That should be one hell of a game. Steelers and Broncos. Steelers need to be careful. Broncos could come in and pull that game off. I think there's a very good chance of that. The Jets are at 5-1. The Chargers are at 4-1. The Bills are at 4-1. The Chiefs are at 4-1. We've got an airtight upper tier to this AFC. And the Jaguars, looks like they've won 3 straight. Hottest teams right now are the Steelers with 5 wins in a row. The Chiefs with 4 wins in a row now. And the Jets and the Jags with 3. So we've got some hot teams right now. And then on page 2, we got the Dolphins and the Raiders sitting at 3-3. On the outside looking in, but definitely still alive. Again, that Raiders-Ravens game is going to be a very important game this week for both teams. And then the Colts, the Ravens, and the Broncos are all at 2-3. And that rounds out your AFC. Your AFC North has the Steelers at 5-0. And the Ravens at 2-3. The Bengals are at 1-5, and the Browns still yet to get their first win. They're at 0-6. Steelers on top of the North. Ravens still in second place. And then a quick look at the AFC West. The Chargers and the Chiefs both at 4-1. Chargers right now are holding the tiebreaker. Raiders still alive at 3-3. Broncos sitting at 2-3. Broncos have a big game against the Steelers. We've said it a few times already. We're going to say it again. Broncos can definitely establish themselves with that win and be right in the conversation. So we're looking forward to that game too. We got a lot of big games coming up this week. So that kind of rounds out the evening. And that closes out Monday Night Football here at the home office. Let's get a save on for good measure. 19-15 final out of Baltimore tonight. Very good game. Miscues ended up being the difference this evening in a very close game. Both teams had a really good defensive outing. Both running games very effective. The gunslinger, Josh Perry, hits Terry Burns for 2 touchdowns. Burns 8 catches and 183 yards. Very good game by Burns since coming from Denver. He's completely revitalized his career. Okay. Folks, that's going to do it. And that will shut us down for the night. Fantastic game, gentlemen. Congratulations, Mark. Nunzio, good game. We will be playing each other this coming week, and both of us are in need of getting that stank off of us. That losing stank is on both of our teams this week. We need wins. Stay tuned, folks. A lot of good games this week. And for the commissioner here in Lancaster, New York, good night, everybody.